A teacher of mine had mentioned narrative therapy, and it kind of caught my ear, and so I was very hopeful to sign up for this summer course that Steve Gaddis was teaching, and so that was the first time I got introduced to it. And I mean, I think one of the things that I really was drawn to that was that he swore a lot. So it just felt very real. It just felt very like, okay, like this isn't this sort of stuffy thing, but more seriously, I guess, just that it was just the first time I had heard anyone connect social justice and power to therapy, which was just so really, I realized was really troubling me the whole first year. I was like, so I'm supposed to tell people what's wrong with them and then try to fix it. I didn't quite understand how that was supposed to work, and so it was just a really big breath of fresh air. And it was also the first time in like all of these therapy classes where we got to build relationships with each other. Like we had all sort of been in grad school together for like a year, and no one knew anything about each other, or you know what our histories were, what we were caring about, or why we had gotten drawn to social work or therapy. And so pretty notoriously, I think there was 9 classes, and it took us 3.5 classes to get through introductions. But we built bonds and friendships that I still are some of the most important relationships. So.
Can I ask you if Steve had some specific ways to pass all these jewels onto you?
I think yes. And I think like one of the ways I was reflecting on the conversation that just happened was, you know, seeing these tears, and it got me just imagining all of the like micro moments that went into building the relationships that could then bring the tears forward, you know, like that it wasn't that someone was really impressive, or they were really like this amazing sort of like, check these ideas out, you know. It was all of these little really intimate and vulnerable moments of just practicing curiosity, like not in any really grand or like super intelligent way, but just a really committed way of just staying curious and accountable. And I think, you know, Steve is impressive. You are, wherever you are, impressive in a lot of ways, but this was the thing that I think was so harmonious for me, and that drew me, because I had never seen it so, because I had never seen someone kind of live those things in such a way that was so much how I wanted to live them. And so that was, and continues to be, something that just reverberates a lot for me.